Namaste to you. We continue with the experiences of Dr. C.P. Matthew, sir, the most experienced oncologist in India for sure. And as we have been making clips of the previous sets of clips, which was much more meant for the public and for the suffering patients, and also as an inspiration to the Ayush doctors. Now we are slowly getting into very precise topics: where to use radiology, where to use surgery, where to use chemo, like something that is useful to the doctors also. And we will be discussing case by case, like what we have come across in the OPD, and the failures sir had, the enormous successes sir had, and such. So I would now be handing over the narration to.
Now I started the work in the Trivandrum Medical College Hospital in 1967. I was transferred from Kottayam to Trivandrum, and I started the work in the radiology department, radiotherapy department of Medical College Hospital Trivandrum. 67 end and 68, 69. 70, 71, 72, 73. And again in 73, towards the end of 73, I left to Kottayam again. So during these 6 years in the Trivandrum Medical College Hospital, I had done a wonderful work. We were handling radium needles, not isotope, pure radium needles, which was supplied to the government of Travancore by the Emperor of England. British government donated a large quantity of radium needles to the Travancore government, Travancore Maharaja, and that was kept in the General Hospital Trivandrum. And in 1960, all those needles were transferred to Medical College Trivandrum. And from 60 onwards, we were using needles, radium needles in the Medical College Trivandrum. Dr. M.B. Joseph, former my senior professor, he was handling it. And in 67, he retired and I started using it. Now, we were having many cases. These needles were mainly used for oral cavity cancer and then cervix. So we were implanting, that is what is called brachytherapy, where needles are implanted into the tumor. That is what is called brachytherapy. And we were handling large number of oral cancer cases during my service there. And you will be surprised to hear that we had even 25 implantations a week, in a week. Whereas in Sloan Kettering in New York, maximum implantation was 1 case a month. In that place, we were having 25 implantations a week. So you can imagine the magnitude of the work I have done. And I had many times, I had warning from the atomic energy because I was receiving radiation beyond the permissible limit. So atomic energy was warning me every time that I should change the place of work and all that. But where to go? There is nobody to take over the work. So I was doing it, and I had lot of radiations during my life there. In fact, now people say a small amount of radiation is good for life, for long life. Probably the reason for my life at the age of 90 in fairly good health is because I received large quantity of radiation in my working days. So many patients, the beauty of brachytherapy is it is almost 99 to 100% successful treatment. When you, especially for cheek and tongue, it is 100% curable, 100% result. Excellent result for brachytherapy, much more than what is called teletherapy, that is radiation, external radiation. So brachytherapy, wherever possible, I was doing it. And the result of cervix, excellent result, 99% result in carcinoma cervix, especially in stage 1 and 2, is with radiation. And I was using, along with the radium, I was using chemotherapy also. So I was the first man in the whole world to use chemotherapy for carcinoma cervix as a prior treatment, followed by brachytherapy, that is radium application for cervix. Now, when I published the result of 251 cases of carcinoma cervix treated with a combined treatment of chemotherapy and radiation, and I never had a single case of reference, the whole literature. So I was the first man to use chemotherapy for carcinoma cervix. So far, only especially in Manchester and Stockholm techniques, Paris techniques, radiation was the only treatment available. But I was the first man to use chemotherapy also in the management of carcinoma cervix. And the first article I published in the Indian Journal of Cancer, the international journal, and it was appreciated by many, because now you have a reference. Many people now throughout the world, the treatment for carcinoma cervix is combination treatment, chemotherapy and radiation.
And I would be just taking the position. So it is very interesting that at that time and age, somebody took the risk of having such a high radiation. And as he was telling me one of those days, that almost every week the Atomic Energy Center would caution him, warn him, but he had no choice anyway, and he was only oncologist till that point, till 1973 anyway. And I think the biggest risk was, God forbid, if the needle was breaking or if the powder was getting exposed, perhaps the whole building or the whole area would be contaminated, because the half-life period is 2000 years. I think I would just request her to narrate on that.
Now we were handling radium. You know, Atomic Energy now, they don't allow anybody to use radium. In those days, we were using radium, original radium sulfate powder in the needles, gold or platinum needles they were using. It is a highly dangerous affair, but fortunately for me, no needle broke, and there was no problem of contamination. No contamination of radium is a very dangerous thing. Decontamination is very, very difficult. So Atomic Energy now bans, they don't allow anybody to use radium. After radium, cobalt needles came. It was safe, completely safe. Well, we were using cobalt needles. When I was in Kottayam, I was using cobalt needles. Now they don't supply cobalt needles also. Now it is remote after loading technique. But remote after loading technique is not at all efficient. We can't use those things for treatment of carcinoma of the cheek, which was very common in those days. Now it is very rare. So carcinoma tongue and carcinoma cheek, we were using brachytherapy, that is even cobalt needles into the tumor. But for cervix, it is all right. They are using now remote after control, using cobalt, iridium sources.